start off with India. The Indian Meteorological Department has upgraded its monsoon forecast to 106% of the long period average for the June-September season, citing the early onset and rapid progress of the southwest monsoon across the country. Now, for June specifically, a month that is typically hot and humid for most parts of India, the Weather Department expects above normal rainfall, averaging 108% of LPA, that is long period average, across the country, with normal to above normal monthly rainfall likely over most parts except some southern peninsula regions and parts of northwest and northeast India. Several states have been pummeled by heavy downpours already at the start of the week, and now the IMD has issued a yellow alert for heavy rainfall in areas across Maharashtra. The forecast of heavy to very heavy rainfall along the west coast, including Kerala, Karnataka and Goa, continuing through June 1st. Now, in related forecasts, the IMD anticipates isolated heavy rainfall over coastal Andhra Pradesh and Telangana on May 28th and 29th, with very heavy rainfall expected over Telangana. The IMD has issued weather alerts for several other regions, including Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Chhattisgarh, Gangetic West Bengal, Odisha, Jharkhand and sub-Himalayan West Bengal and Sikkim. In the northern parts of the country, the IMD forecasts scattered to a fairly widespread light to moderate rainfall with thunderstorms and lightning over Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Punjab, Haryana, Chandigarh and Delhi until June 2nd. In Delhi, after a spell of storms and rain, temperatures did rise again as the sky cleared on Tuesday. However, the IMD has forecast the return of thunderstorms and rain starting on Friday night. And to discuss more, we're now being joined by Dr. Vishwas Chitale, who is a senior program lead at Council on Energy, Environment and Water. Thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Well, as we reported, monsoon is likely to be above normal in most of India. So if I would like to understand that what this means for India, particularly when a lot of states like Maharashtra and India have already gone through flood-like situations due to heavy rainfall. And how do you think we can prepare for it?
Yeah, so I think if we look at the overall forecast that IMD, India Meteorological Department, has issued just yesterday, overall, the sign is very good that we will have an above average rainfall this year, which is nearly 106% LPA. But also it is important to notice that this increase is not, we have seen in the past that this increase has not been uniformly spread throughout the season. So last year, we published an analysis of Indian monsoons from, say, June to September, as well as October, November, December, what changes we have seen in the Indian monsoon in last 10 years. Compared to the baseline of 30 years before that. And we have seen that there is a lot of erraticness in the monsoon when it comes to within season variations. So June, July, August, September, we have seen that sometimes overall we have seen that nearly 60% of districts or sub-districts in India have seen an increase in rainfall in last 10 years on an average. But also there is an important fact to notice that this increase has been accounted for due to increase in the heavy rainfall events. So out of these districts which have seen an increase in rainfall, also there are many districts which have seen a massive increase in the heavy rainfall events as well. And as you referred to the incidents in, say, Bombay, this is one such example of very heavy rainfall day suddenly occurring in a very shorter period of time. So this season we should look out for these kind of events. And for addressing that challenge, of course, we need to look into how do we strengthen local scale early warning systems. And I'm sure that IMD is also putting a lot of efforts on that through their Indian monsoon mission.
Right. And on that note, because, since March, normally it's when we do see a little rain. It's been somehow it was just really dry and no rain. And somehow we're seeing a lot of rain right now. I'm compelled to ask you right now, is it related to climate change?
Yes. I mean, of course, partially it is related to climate change because of, say, warming that has been continually happening in various parts of, say, different oceans in the world. That increases the sea surface temperature, and that leads to many cyclonic activities. So which we have seen also in the past that there has been a multifold increase in the cyclonic activities, cyclonic storms in both in eastern coast as well as western coast of India. But when it comes right before the onset of monsoon, that also creates kind of a favorable situation for heavy rainfall events. And that's how we see that all these events that have been happening on the western coast of India, all these alerts have been also partially because not only because of monsoon, but also because of these increasing cyclonic activities, which can be directly attributed to climate change impacts. And then that can be very clearly seen also from the report that we published in 2021, where we analyze the occurrence of floods, droughts, and cyclones in India at district scale. Where also we have seen that on the eastern coast of India, particularly, there are certain hotspots of cyclonic activities where floods and droughts are also occurring. So it is important to notice that these kind of complex situations are getting created much more frequently, and that can be definitely attributed to the climate change.
Right, and also we also know another report that IMD has predicted June is also likely to be marked by normal to below normal day temperatures for most part of the country, and that's kind of, it's surprising because it's normally the month of heat wave days. What could be the reason behind this?
So I think early onset of monsoon is also one of the reasons for that, and I think this is not a new phenomena. If we see in 2009 also there was an early onset of monsoon nearly, I think it was on 23rd of May itself. So which was really ahead of time. I think this year also is similar conditions, and that has already reduced the impacts of heat waves in many southern states in India. But also what we see in the northern states, still it will take some time for the monsoon to reach here, say by mid-June or so. So I think that slow progression and continued progression will happen throughout the month of June. And then that's why the daytime temperature is going to be okayish, like no, not really excessive. So I hope that this season, as per the prediction of IMD, we might see actually like lesser number of heat wave days compared to the last year.
All right. Well, of course, we'll be looking at how the monsoon goes. And thank you so much for sharing us all the information that you could gather.
Sure. Thank you.